Is there ever a time that she hyper focused on you and any of your attire, Mikey?
No.
No, nothing. All right. Well, I'm gonna play this video for you and see if this actually. I saw this video and it made me laugh so hard because I thought of you when I watched it. And don't take offense at the beginning. You'll see why. It's a little bit of a long walk, but it's actually very funny when it gets to by the time it gets to the end, and you'll understand why. So here, check out this video, guys. And like I said, the reason I'm playing this video is because something Mikey admitted to me at one point in time, and I've kind of always thought it was kind of silly. So here is this video right now.
I learned something new about the film Idiocracy today, which if you've never seen it, shame on you. It's almost 20 years old now, and it's a hilarious movie about a dystopian future where American society has evolved to the point where everybody is just a complete idiot. Apparently, the costume designer in this film didn't have a big budget, and she needed shoes for the characters to wear, and she wanted shoes that looked futuristic but also really stupid. She found this small startup company that was making shoes, and they weren't like out in the world yet. He was like, these shoes are perfect because they look ridiculous. And Mike Judge, the producer of the movie, was like, well, what if by the time the movie comes out, this company is big and these shoes are popular and people are actually wearing them? The costume designer was like, are you kidding? These are ridiculous. Nobody's ever actually going to wear these shoes. Look at them. Guys, those shoes that appeared in the movie were Crocs. Just normal Crocs. We're all wearing idiot shoes. I'm part of the problem. I have 2 pairs and 3 more pairs on my wish list. I don't know if that's common knowledge for fans of the movie, but I read that for the first time today and just cracked up laughing.
I died. I died when I saw that. And I didn't even mean to really actually talk. Like when I first came across the story that brought up Crocs, I didn't actually know that was like, I actually found another reason to bring up the Crocs, and I thought of you. And then I saw that video.
I love Crocs.
I know you do. That's why I know you wear Crocs. You said that's pretty much all you do is wear.
Dude, and I was so against them forever. I was really that dude. Like, I will never wear these things. And then you slide them on once and you're like, footwear is solved for the rest of my life.
Now,
it is such a cheap solution to footwear.
Do you just see? And I'm trying to keep up with everybody. CB says another dumb show. Crocs are the worst. We are for sure not all wearing them. No, I don't wear Crocs. I've never even. I think they look goofy. I can't.
Haters. Haters.
I'm not a hater. I just know they'll look ridiculous on my feet, on me.
You ain't even tried them on yet. You don't even know what they would look like.
Don't care.
I don't have to try them on. I know what they'll look like. Yeah, that's what I said too.
I've no interest. They look goofy to me. Except maybe
all the FOMO that you have, and you choose to be a contrarian about Crocs.
Well, maybe if I was able to get me a
weird hill to die on.
Maybe if I go, no, I honestly, truly just don't. I'm not interested in the style of them. I find them to be very unappealing to my eyes. I don't like them.
I got fuzzy filled ones, bro. I got all kinds of weather. I got all weather Crocs.
You got these?
No.
Why not? I thought you're such a Croc guy. What's the problem? Those are Crocs. Those are Crocs.
I look like a cowboy. I mean, I know I'm about the farthest thing from that.
Whoops. Hold on a sec. No, look at these, man. They're great. They got a spur on the back. You know who needs a pair of those, to be honest with you?
Who?
Jeffrey. Jeffrey needs a pair of those. Those will look great on Jeffrey. So a little something for you guys to think about if you ever want to get something for our old pal there. I thought you'd laughed at that, buddy. That made me laugh really hard. So I'm glad you got a kick out of it.
Those are ridiculous Crocs. I've seen some other ridiculous ones as of late too. Like they have like Hershey and Reese's branded ones that come in like the color like I know they had like KFC branded ones or Taco Bell branded ones a while back.
Yeah, there's all kinds of there's all kinds of different
mine
ones.
Are just like some black ones with some cool little plastic widgets on them.
Yeah, here's the one. Here's the Reese's ones you were talking about right here.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That is stupid.
But they look comfy though.
They look ridiculous. Everything about them looks dumb.
They're comfortable. They're comfortable as shit. Now I know they're idiot shoes. I'm gonna wear them probably for the loudly. I got to get a different pair now.
Loud and proud. He said.
It's weird how much of that movie's come true though. That'd be a good one to watch if you haven't seen it.
Idiocracy?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that for sure. I love that movie. That movie's hilarious.
When's the last time you watched it?
Probably not for a while. Not since probably before like Trump and everything started and all this just kind
Watch
of
it again.
lunacy that we're living in. Yeah. So
Watch it again, and it gets a lot more relatable the longer it goes.
that was actually holy fucking shit. Whoa. A humongous superfan donation in there from Blue Wolverine. Thank you so much. He said to buy Mikey some real shoes. Cheers to the weekend. Amen. Cheers to that for sure.
I listen, when it comes to footwear, I'm all right. I buy some custom shoes and stuff like that. The last pair of shoes I bought were some Mashi custom runners for like $375. I haven't worn them once yet.
What do they call? What brand?
It's a custom shoemaker in Minnesota. His name's Machi,
And what is he making?
Mache. He makes these shoes. They're called Machi runners. And I
why-
bought one of his custom pair of shoes that came out. They're like
How do you spell it?
$375 a pair
How
of
do you
shoes.
spell it? Mache?
Mache Customs. Yo, the new shoes that he dropped today look so dope. They're
Wow.
Child's Play inspired shoes for
You
Halloween.
just put them on his
You can throw
Instagram
them up
on-
real quick.
Oh yeah, I just opened. There they are. Okay. So this is
Dude,
a
they
guy
look
who just
so
makes,
dope.
he just makes running shoes? Or
Pretty
does he
much,
take-
yeah.
Are those Nikes that he's repurposed?
No, those no.
Oh, so those are
Those
his
are his
own
shoes.
He makes them from scratch with the rubber insole and all that stuff?
I'd imagine so. Yes, they're $375 pair of shoes.
That's pretty crazy. Now, how'd you find out about this guy? Is he like the? Oh, I'm seeing a bunch of celebrities. So the athletes know who he is.
Die-hard Minnesota Vikings fan.
That makes more now.
Does
I
a bunch.
understand.
I met him, or I didn't meet him, but I saw him through all the custom cleats he was doing for like Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen and all the athletes and everything like that he did. He's done cleats for almost everybody.
Who's this?
But he comes out.
Here's some for Chris Darisaw that he
Yeah,
did.
Christian Darisaw.
The
Yeah.
left tackle there. Those are pretty
Yep.
cool. He made those. So are you sure he's not? Those are Nikes, dude.
I don't think though.
No, definitely. I can see right there. I can see the check on the back, in the back of that bottom left bone, in the very back of the shoe, right above the cleats.
Oh yeah, those are he custom paints cleats, but his shoes are his shoes. He doesn't make
okay.
custom cleats and everything like that. He doesn't have his own footwear line. Just
Oh,
the
okay.
Mashi custom runners or the ones that he sells to the public and stuff like that. The ones that I got, if you look up Machi Customs Bad Pandas, those are the
I'm
ones
checking
that I
them out
bought.
now. Mache Runner V2 or Machi is what it's called. How do you pronounce it?
Machi. Yeah, I don't know
Machi.
how they say his name. I've never known.
So you have a pair of the new ones, and you just haven't bought them. You haven't bought them. You haven't bought them. Where the hell did that word come from? You haven't.
No, I have a
worn
pair
them.
that I bought like a year ago. They're still sitting in the box. Like I said, you can look them up. They're called the Bad Pandas
Why do you? Why did you get these shoes?
because they look so dope. And the Bad Panda is one of my favorite, color combos. This is black and white.
I think I found them actually. Oh, there they are, right there. Actually, is that them?
Yep,
You paid how much for those?
$350.
Do they come with the royalties or something to the song "Panda Panda Panda Panda"? Or what? Like,
No.
why did you pick those? Are you into pandas? Are you like just like
I like the
black-
colorway. I like the black and white. It goes with a lot of different things. But I just haven't worn them yet because I'm always so weird. Like, why am I gonna wear? Man, they're so expensive. And they came in this really cool custom box that say Bad Panda. It's my first really nice expensive pair of shoes I ever bought. Now I don't want to wear them anywhere. It's a problem.
I do have a super fan donation from Blue Wolverine. He wants me to check my email. Actually, I already had checked it. He sent us a picture. He's Mikey. He wants you to try maybe making some changes and try to get a shoe collection like this with less Crocs, where you have all of these different J's. Look at all those J's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 21 pairs right there. It looks like plus another 9. So 30 pairs on one side, so roughly probably about that many on the next
It
one.
is
if
a
I had
nice
to guess. So
collection.
that's
It's
60,
aesthetically pleasing to look at.
60 plus shoes. Oh my God, that's insane.
He
dude.
said
Here we go. Here we go. What's up? Welcome to another dumb show. It is Monday evening. What's today? October 9th. Thank you for joining us on another dumb show. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful evening this evening and had a great day and a great weekend. What's up with my stuff here? Guys, you guys getting a lot of clicking and popping? If you're getting a lot of clicking and popping, let me know. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I'm getting all kinds of clicking and popping on my end, and it sounds like absolute yit. I'm hoping we don't have to do a reboot, but I'm getting a lot of weird clicking and popping right now. So I apologize for that, guys. We'll have to make it through this with the clicking and popping. I don't know what else to tell you. So welcome. Thank you guys for joining me on another dumb show tonight. I am so happy to have you guys all with me. I believe the phones are working if you want to give us a call. 1-844-HIT-DUMB. That's 1-844-448-3862. That's the number to give me a call. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what happened to you this weekend. Did you have a crazy weekend? Did you get lit? Whatever you did, just let me know. I'd love to hear from you. It's looking like we're not getting, Blue Wolverine says no. I think I fixed the clicks and pops. I changed a few settings there, and I'm noticing that it seems to be happening when I'm playing videos versus when we're just talking. So, oh shit. Whoops, sorry, I just kicked something over. I think that's something I got to look into, but that's good. We're starting to narrow it down. Guys. All right. So, my weekend, guys, what a great weekend I had. I was off this weekend from DJing, so I actually just took the time to do a whole lot of nothing. I got some paperwork done at the beginning of the weekend, and then just said to myself, Sean, you got a crazy month, the rest of the month ahead of you as far as DJing goes. And just work in general. So you need to take a couple days just to relax, not think about work and not do anything. So I did that this past weekend. It was very, very nice. I got, it started off just your regular old weekend. I mean, honestly, I didn't do anything too crazy. I just kind of sat around. I played some Madden on, I don't know if it was Saturday or Sunday. I actually, just fired that up, just put the feet up, played some video games. Was doing a whole lot of nothing, didn't turn any news on, had no idea what was happening in the world whatsoever. Then I get a call from my mom. Irish Ronnie says, Dumb seems hurried today, or is it just me? No, I'm not hurried. Was distracted by those clicks. And in the back of my mind, I'm actually diagnosing, as I'm talking, I'm diagnosing what the problem is and what the clicks are. So I'm sorry if I seem distracted. I'm trying to do a show and actually figure out the technical problem in the back of my head at the same time while I'm talking to you guys about stuff with my mom. So I apologize. No, so my weekend was chill. My mom gave me a call out of nowhere while I was playing these video games, not paying attention to anything. She goes, you seeing what's happening in Israel? And I go, no, I'm purposely avoiding all news totally. She goes, oh my gosh, it's crazy over there. The Hamas is attacking. It's gotten out of hand. It's one of the biggest attacks they've ever had. And I just kind of my mom started saying, oh, we have these, my mom's sister, my Aunt Kate, she married a Jewish guy. So she converted, and I believe she converted, but anyway, their whole family's Jewish. The kids are Jewish. So I got Jewish. Damn, like an F1 racer. See how fast I changed her? I'm like an F1 pit guy. See how fast I changed those batteries out? Hell yeah, that was sweet. Like the damn McLaren team with their record-setting 1.8 pit at Qatar this weekend, at Qatar. Anyway, so yeah, my mom calls me. She's all worried about, we have these Jewish relatives, my Aunt Kate and my Uncle Steve and my cousins. And so she's very worried about them. She's worried that this is going to trickle over, the violence over there will trickle over to over here, and there might be some sort of attacks here. And I'm like, Mom, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think you have to worry about that here. Meanwhile, I'd not really watched the news. I hadn't really seen what was going on the other side of the world right now. And then I started just kind of, yesterday I was absorbed with football, obviously, and we'll talk football in the after show tonight. We will be doing an after show for the Super League of Dummy members. We'll do a Monday Night Football watch party that we always do. We'll talk lots of football there. Oh, I see Mikey jumped in there. There we go. What's going on, my dude? How are you?
What up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So
I was
yeah,
sitting here. I was just sitting here in the dark with my mic off, trying to do some general manager things in my other fantasy football league. That's all.
okay. Well, we'll get to that. Trust me. There's lots to talk about with fantasy football. We'll get to that for sure during football tonight. But I'm a little right now. My day was consumed. Yesterday, I watched football all day, and then today my day was consumed. I turned on the news this morning, and after with you guys are going to get a little behind the scenes into my house this evening. So stay tuned for that. Actually, you'll get a little behind the scenes of both of our houses tonight, Mikey and mine. But so yeah, I wake up this morning and I start watching TV and I see everything that's happening in Israel right now, and gotta say, outrageously disgusting the shit that's happening over there right now. I mean, war is one thing, but just the complete slaughtering of women and children and elderly people, and doing that, and just in the name of religion, or and then doing it as a land, going after land. The whole thing is just disgusting. Um, I'm not a huge religious person. I don't want to sound like I'm on some soapbox or I know tons about all this, but what I do know is, watching the thing that happened at the festival, and just thinking about being there at a festival, and if fucking motorized paragliders come flying in. Mike, can you imagine that? Can you imagine just when we were hanging out at Roverfest, just chilling, watching Ludacris, listening to Blueberry, whatever, just jamming out, excited. Your favorite Luda song pops on, and then you hear in the background,
Yeah.
you hear popping and cracking, and you're like, they must be getting the fireworks ready. And then you look up and you see there's fucking motorized paragliders flying in, holding guns, and then just start just blasting people. I mean, it's just
Yeah, I
uh,
also wouldn't be going to a festival in any type of war-torn country or anything like that where straight savages live. So,
they came over the border to come do all of that. That's the thing. They flew over the border and attacked. And I think I don't, there's always kind of squabbles going on over there. And so you got to they've learned to just live their life with that kind of, we got to, well, there's, we got the dome, the Iron Dome protecting us. So I guess we're going to be okay if they start firing off rockets this week.
which saw some
Uh,
footage of that. That was dope. That thing is a modern marvel.
it's pretty crazy what it does, but there's only like 15 of them, and they only shoot up to like 4 at a time, so they can only handle so
Yep.
much. So if it starts getting to a point where, you know, I don't think anybody else is going to get involved on that side, to tell you the truth. But you never know the crazy ass world we're living in. So, yeah, mom's all worried about what's going to happen over there, and it's well, I mean, the way they were describing it on the news, and just watching I mean, it was just nothing but bombs going off all day and explosions, and Israel fought back, and they did their version of. Remember when we did shock and awe?
Yeah.
After this was their version of shock and awe today. They went off and just started bombing in Gaza, and now Hamas is saying that all these hostages they've taken, they're gonna, if Israel continues to shoot rockets into Gaza, then they're gonna start killing all these hostages, and they're gonna do it publicly on social media and all that stuff. So it's pretty nuts how everything is going over there. Yeah, Secret ADS Mod said Israel is going to go at them hard. However, 43% of the Gaza Strip is children. Well, in the past, what they've been doing is they give a heads up to these buildings where they thought it was some sort of Hamas, stronghold, but they usually hole up in a place where there's a lot of civilians. They do it on purpose so they can't be taken out. So Israel would basically go do door knock on these buildings and be like, yo, we're about to blow this building up, so you can either run or get blown up with Hamas or whatever. And they, that's the way it would go. And Israel's like, yeah, we're not going to do that now anymore. We're just going to blow everything and everyone up. And we don't really care about because you didn't care about our civilians, and we don't give a shit about yours. So it's going to be ugly. They said it was their 9/11 over there. They said just kind of proportionately, based on population size, the amount of people that were killed over the weekend in Israel would add up to be like 25,000 Americans. If that was, population proportion wise, that many people were taken out. So a pretty incredible. If you think about the size of that, that's like half of a steak getting wiped out or whatever. Not half of it, I guess, but it's a lot of people. A lot of people.
This right now in this instant is the first time I'm
What did
hearing
it say?
of it.
Statement, major city. What? Say that again.
I said this is you talking about it right now is the first instance of me hearing it. I wondered why they said something last night about prayers for Israel or prayers for whatever, and I was like, oh, I had no idea. I
Oh,
didn't even look it up.
I
I
didn't
haven't seen
really.
anything.
When my mom told me about it, I really didn't understand the magnitude of it until I started watching the news today. And it's a big deal. I mean, this is going to be. I mean, they're projecting potentially 10,000 people dead by the end of this. It's a war now. I mean, it's a war between. We took on after 9/11, we took on terrorists, right? In a war against terrorism. That's essentially what Israel is going to do right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was what we said we were doing, but they're aiming it at a very specific group in a very specific area, and this is it's going to get messy over there, and it's sad to see because it's just I don't know, it's just it's a land, it's over land and religion. It's just so silly over such a small bit portion of the world.
It's been like that for hundreds of years there. It'll continue to be like that for the next hundreds of years.
Yeah,
That's
it's going to be. It's going to be
just
like
it. That's just the Middle East.
Yeah, no, I know, but this in particular is where it all seems to get worse and worse and worse. So, but hey, you know what? There's actually speaking of the Middle East, there was well, I guess the Qataris. They're actually going to be potentially helping or trying to broker some sort of peace agreement over there. They must be all riding high after the Qatar Grand Prix this weekend, the F1 race, where Max Verstappen won the championship. Mikey, he officially took home the championship before the end of the season. He actually won it during the sprint on Saturday. He won before they actually even made it to the main race on Sunday. So that was pretty cool to see.
You can win a race before you even get to the actual race.
He won the actual total championship for the season on Saturday because you get points for the sprints, qualifying, everything. If you win practice, you earn points. They all accumulate towards the championship. And he has actually gotten so many points just through wins and fast. Oh, you also get points for fastest lap and races and qualifying and stuff like. So they give you opportunities even if you aren't the winner of every race to potentially make up points in qualifying sessions or, so if you run some great laps on your own, but you don't do great in traffic, you have a chance to still kind of be competitive. But this year was different because Max won so many races in a row. He got
how many races are left?
I actually don't know the answer to that. F1 schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races remaining.
Jesus.
So yeah, he kicks some ass this year. So he mathematically eliminated everybody else. And I was trying to explain this to B1, and she just did not get it. She could not understand how this worked. And she goes, well, if he won the race, like, because he didn't. I'm sorry, Max Verstappen did not win the sprint. I'm sorry, but he didn't win the sprint on Saturday. The rookie Oscar Piastri won the sprint, but Max, I think, came in second or third. So he got enough points, and the guy behind him was far enough behind that Max mathematically ended up winning. And I was trying to explain to Brittany, and she goes, no, that guy won. The other guy that just won in the orange car, the McLaren. I go, no, he won the sprint, but not the championship. And she goes, this doesn't make any sense. The same thing you asked. But she immediately understood it, or you understood it immediately. I had to go over the few
it's
times.
Cumulative.
Yes, exactly. I was trying to explain that to her. So I don't know if you guys can hear this right now, but the cats are beating the shit out of each other. They're just thudding around, banging around. I don't know if the camera was shaking, but yeah, they're kicking the crap out of each other right now.
I let the cats fight.
No, I do too. They rumble unless it gets real bad and one's really gets a leg up on the other one, is kicking the other one's ass.
You can hear it in one of the cats' voices too. They got that like, yo, don't mess with me.
They're both kind of get like that with each other, but there's a specific yelp that they'll let out when the other one will be biting a little bit too hard. Because my one cat, Cal, the older one, his teeth are so goddamn sharp. like compared to Clark. Clark can kind of nibble on my hand and stuff. It's not too bad. Cal, man, he just it's like a snake bite. He it hurts. Um,
Chris just got big teeth. When I pet underneath his chin, his teeth are hanging out underneath. He's like a
Cal
saber-tooth tiger.
Cal does that too. His kind of hang out too.
Yeah.
So yeah, they hurt. Well, speaking of hurting, at that race, Mikey, they might actually have to get rid of that race for next year because I watched the race and I was a little pissed off because Logan Sargent, he's one of the only American racers in this whole thing. I think he's the only American racer. He had to quit early because the temperature in the car got too hot, and they were claiming it inside the car. The temperature got up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, which
It's
is
a good sauna.
yeah. Well, also they're driving around. They're wearing. Think about it being in 140 degrees,
yeah.
wearing everything they're wearing.
It's a sweatsuit.
Too. Yeah, layers
Don't
upon
they got
layers.
like air conditioned suit? Don't they got like air that flows through the suit and shit?
Not these guys. No, they do not. I think some NASCAR does. I think NASCAR has cooling suits because they think they go more and they're in there longer, or whatever.
Gotcha.
And the car. I don't know if the cars just get hotter too. But these guys say they'll be in the middle of the race and they complain about their asses getting hot. Sometimes it's pretty funny. And that's what they're complaining about because the only place it really would get hot is in the little seat because that's where all the electronic components are is back behind their ass and wrapped around it, and they're basically sitting on the engine. So yeah, but the funny part about it was I got annoyed at this one racer because he quit early because he got too hot in the car and he was starting to pass out. There was another driver who was almost passed out, but he fought through it. So it was really actually bad. After the race, the guy who came in second and third, the guys, they just were sitting on the podium. They were too tired to even stand. They were beat and they were covered with sweat and bright red, and they all were on the verge of heat stroke. It turns out one of the guys, this was a 50, what is it, 50 some, almost 60 laps, 57 laps, I think it was. One of the Alpine drivers, Esteban Ocon, who does pretty good actually. I like him. He's one of the middle pack drivers, and the Alpines are kind of middle to upper middle tier as far as the race cars go. Like they can't keep up with the Red Bull or the Mercedes or any of those cars, but they're back in the middle of the pack, so they're kind of fighting for 8th, 9th, 10th, and then sometimes they fall back. But anyway, this guy on lap 15 apparently he threw up inside his helmet.
Oh,
can you imagine that?
It's a rough day at the office.
He was so hot and so overwhelmed, and maybe he just drank too much water or whatever to try to stay cool. And he just he threw up. He said, "Yeah, I was throwing up by lap 15 or 16 for 2 laps." He said, "I managed to get it under control just mentally. I tried to focus on exactly what I had to do." He said, "I've never had that in the past. I've always been able to do 2 race distances in the car." He says it must have been like 80 degrees inside the car. That's Fahrenheit. So what is 80 degrees Fahrenheit?
You mean Celsius?
What am I mixing up? What did I say? Yeah, 6 Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit? It's 176 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, so just imagine doing that. So we'll see what happens. They're going to take 2 weeks off now. They're going to let them all get some rest and get because, baby, they're coming to America. They're going to Austin for the U.S. Grand Prix in Texas. So I'm looking forward to that race in a couple weeks. And by the way, I've been meaning to tell you guys. Hold on one second. Or not tell you, but I got to get. I owe my mom. I got to get her those flowers. I forgot all about it. The Superfan donation that I need to get my mom some flowers. So I have to go get those flowers because Bish has been on one over the past couple weeks. Showed up last night again with food. She roasted a chicken, made stuffing with it, and then yeah, and then she made some broccoli with it. I mean, she made homemade stuffing too. This is like not stovetop because I even told her, I go, if you're gonna bring any food like chicken, Mom, I'm gonna be honest with you. If it's box stuffing, don't bother. Won't eat it. And she goes, "Oh no, I'm not eating that sodium crap. I'll make it." And hers is real good because she like puts mushrooms in it. And she knows I like it with the mushrooms in there. So it's a little bit different style stuffing, but it's so good. So I had that, and then she made me this broccoli. It was undercooked. I took one bite of it and I almost threw up because I can't eat like raw broccoli or undercooked broccoli makes me want to throw up. Those florets,
Good God.
they're so gross. I'm telling you right now, if I took a bite of a whole mouth, like a mouthful of a broccoli floret, I might.
I can't eat
I will
sliced
gag.
cheese, and raw broccoli makes me puke. Feel like a kid, bro.
It's not. It's not true. I eat fancy
Ugh,
cheese.
ew, it's disgusting.
I eat fancy cheese. Thank you very much. I eat Boursin cheese, gourmet cheese.
Well, as long as we're shouting out moms right here, my mom came through with some chicken and stuffing last night. Not a roasted chicken, just the chicken already cooked up in a giant pan of stuffing with gravy already in it. And I just threw it in the oven for half an hour and voila.
Gravy would have been good. Gravy would have been really good. But honestly, I didn't need it because she also made me my absolute favorite. You guys, speaking of me being a brat with what I don't like. I don't like cake. I don't like pie. I don't like cobbler. I don't like any weird.
Cookie guy?
I don't like brownies. I'm very particular about cookies. I'm very picky about cookies. They're hit or miss for me. But one thing I love more than anything as far as desserts, chocolate
Lemon
fucking
bars.
mousse. Chocolate mousse, baby.
Oh.
That is my all-time
You
favorite.
are hoity-toity.
And well, remember I told a story a while back about my mom kind of wanted it for my birthday, and she showed up on my birthday with just the boxes and it not made. I don't know if you remember me telling that story, but I was very upset about that. I was very upset that my mom had done that to me. F1 will get you 1 sec. Hang on. 844-HIT-DUM, 844-448-3862 if you want to call. My mom said, well, she was so excited. She didn't say anything about it, but she just made me get off the couch to come look at what she made for me. So yeah, thank you. Big ups to Bish. Thank you very much for making me my favorite dessert in the whole wide world. In fact, I don't know if anybody's ever seen Bish before. So she sent me a really cute picture. They were getting ready for Halloween, and so she wore her Halloween outfit. And here is a picture. This is her. Now, there's two ladies. It's her with a work friend, and my mom is the one on the right. She is thing 5, is my mom. So there's Bish for you. There's old Bish. So my son Brady is a spitting image of her. It's uncanny. It's absolutely unbelievable. So I know Brady will turn out to be very handsome with as beautiful as my mom is.
Oh, look at that. How sweet.
Hey man, she made me dinner. I got to kiss up. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm proud of her.
Yeah,
She's
you
doing
want them
great.
dinners keep rolling in too.
Absolutely. I forgot my mom. So that's the thing too. My mom's a really good cook. Everything she's always made me when I was a kid, I looked forward to going over to.
Your mom starts doing a little bit of meal prep for you, and you start eating mom's meals instead of Uber Eats all the time, bro. You'll be able to buy a Cadillac in 3 months.
Well, what she said to me was I don't know if it's even the spending. She just is tired. She just hates my diet. She said to me the other day, when she came in, she was like, she put some food in the fridge, she put the mousse in the fridge, and I have like 2 or 3 old pizza boxes in there that I just haven't thrown away. And it's like literally like a frat house fridge. And she goes, she shook her head. She goes, Sean Patrick. She goes, I'm worried about you. She goes, you have dark circles under your eyes. And you're eating nothing but junk food. You got to take better care of yourself. I said, Mom, you keep making me food. My health will definitely improve, I'm sure. So, big ups to Bish. Love you. Thank you so much for taking good care of me. Blue Wolverine says, Mom's cooking will make you balloon up too. Absolutely.
I can also attest to that. In the past 2 weeks, while I've been going through some personal strife, I've hit a new personal high.
What are you up to?
Let's not talk about it.
Oh, come on. Give the number. What's the number?
It starts with a 2 and ends with a 5.
255?
No, not yet.
225?
Nah, a little bit up there.
235?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You 30 pounds heavier than me.
Bruh, I threw on a sweatshirt that I've had for the last 12 years. I just saw a picture of myself in the sweatshirt from 12 years ago, and it's always fit. It's been the perfect fit. I threw it on yesterday, and there was some breeze blowing up between the sweatshirt and the And I was like,
Oh, the
oh
belly. The
no,
belly was pushing
bro.
out.
It hasn't flopped over yet. I don't have the folds, but goddamn, I'm getting close, bro.
It's
So
pushing
I think
out, so the air it hasn't rolled yet. It's just growing. You're getting the beer belly. You
I
might be
gotta
lucky
get
to be
it.
one of those guys that just gets the barrel and doesn't get the roll. You might be lucky.
I might get lucky with the burp belly.
Yeah, I would much rather have the Burt belly versus my belly. I would kill to have a belly like
Yeah,
that
but
versus
I don't want
mine.
to
You
take
kidding
that
me?
chance because once it folds over, it
Well,
ain't ever unfolding.
there's no going back. There's no going back. You lose all the weight you want, buddy. There's no going back from there. You've lost.
That's why, we're done, bro. It's
Tell your
time. As soon
mom.
as I'm done,
Tell your mom to make you. Like last night's was pretty healthy, honestly. The stuffing was pretty greasy, I guess, but in a good
if I
way.
can
Like
get
it was
my
buttery.
mother, if I can just cook like 14 chicken breasts for a week, I'll have 2 a day, 1 bag of broccoli a day, and 1 cup of rice a day. I'd lose 30 pounds in a month.
Oh yeah, you lose a ton of weight doing that. Absolutely. Mikey, I picked up Frank F1. He's been sitting there hanging on. Let me grab my dude F1. What's up? You've been sitting on hold. Hello, thank you.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
Hey, bro, how are you? One of our most frequent callers, F1.
Uh, I'm good, Mikey, you fat bastard.
Man, this is a positive vibe zone only, F1.
That's right. We keep it
Ain't
positive
nothing
here,
wrong
my
with
dude.
being a fat bastard. Ain't nothing wrong with being a fat bastard. As long as it's fun.
As long
How
as
was
you're
the
fun.
Vikings, man?
Oh.
I'm sorry, your phone's cutting out, bro.
Oh, I said, how about them Blackhawks?
I don't like those. I don't
He
like
brought it back
Blackhawks.
around again. All right, Frank. Well, we're going to talk football on the after show, my dude. So stick around for that, all right?
Oh,
You can talk football all you want.
All right. Later, Frank. Frank's recycling old jokes, so I got to let Frank go back to the drawing board on that one. Super fan donation for Blue Wolverine. He says that is depression. Wait for being a Vikings fan. So we're right on cue with Frank's thing. So, like I said, we will talk plenty of football this evening and the after show coming up here in a little bit. Speaking of. Oh, actually, Mikey, I was talking about how I wanted to do a little behind the scenes, and I wanted to show everybody. You don't mind if I show everybody your setup, do you?
Yeah,
The text you sent me with your Forza setup.
Oh yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
Boy-
what the hell do you know what?
So Mikey mentioned last week that in a bid to Blue Wolverine mentioned depression. Mikey, one of the other ways Mikey's getting through is the relationship depression problems beyond eating. He said he bought the new Forza and he was going to bust out his racing setup. And so Mikey did, in fact, do that. So here is a picture of Mikey's setup. This looks pretty fucking sweet, dude. I love the colors. I love you. I got to get that going in my house. I do not have the LEDs behind the TV.
Oh, dude, you need a Philips Hue, like the smart lights that change, because I love nothing more than doing like holiday themed lights, like for Halloween type shit,
Sure.
Christmas. They got like they flicker for like a fireplace type deal, and I don't have the setup yet. Now that I've got this game, I will be buying I think it's called the Sync Box, and all the lights will react to the game. I'll get 2 more lights for behind the TV, one to go out to the left and right.
That's cool. I've
And
heard of those.
And as the sunlight is like coming through for the game, it'll twist
That's
as
so
it's coming
cool.
through the windshield, because there's so many spots in this game already where you come up over a hill and it's completely blind.
You just can't see anything.
'Cause
Yeah, that's
The
that
sun glare's
realistic.
horrible. Yeah.
That's cool. I see you drive. Is that just the loading screen, or you drive a Cadillac? Is that your car?
I hadn't touched the game yet, dude. That was
Oh,
before
okay.
I even jumped on the wheel and wanted to smash my face into it for 3 hours.
All right, now everybody's doing what same thing I'm doing. I didn't do this. I was waiting to do it because the obvious thing we're supposed to look at is the sweet TV, the lights, the racing setup, which I love, by the way. I do see though a couple random Crocs laying around. I don't know if you did that on purpose, just because of what we talked about the other day.
No, the
That made
Crocs
me.
were too wide. The Crocs were too wide to race in,
Oh,
and
so you
and
kicked them
I
off.
got no, and I had to do. It's dude, it's almost impossible to race that game at a simulation level with a brake pedal that's not force feedback.
That
I can't feel how much I'm hitting the brake.
that's where I'm at with an F1. I can't. I mean, I've hit my limit of playing it without assists because I can't feel anything. Like I lock if I take analog brakes off, lock up every time. Doesn't matter what. I
Oh,
can't.
analog brakes have to stay on unless I had one of the pneumatic pedals, which those are
So expensive.
ridiculous.
So
1,500, $2,000 if you're getting a pneumatic motor.
and then the traction control I have to keep on too because I can't feel any slippage because I don't have any force feedback. I just have
Oh,
a
mine
cheap
will,
one.
dude, mine will fight me. I had sore forearms the next
I'm
morning at
I
bowling.
want that. I want that so bad. It will change racing for me, I feel like, because right now
It will.
it's hard to even keep it straight because it's so loose. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even feel
Yeah,
like a
oh
real
yeah, dude.
steering wheel.
I
So
wouldn't
yeah,
be able to do it.
no, it's hard. Without and that's why I want to if I get that better steering wheel, I feel like I'll be so much better at it. I can't wait. Do you use the clutch? Do you play where you're switching gears and stuff?
No,
Just do you have
I
paddle
can't handle
shifting?
that. Yeah, I got paddle shifting.
That's sweet. That's a lot of fun, man. All right, so back to dissecting your room. I see in the foreground here on the left, we got all the party supplies. Perfect. Is that the Xbox up on the left there, that big black box?
Yep, right next to my Switch charger.
Okay, I see that. And then I see Thor's hammer over there. Is that a toolbox?
No, that's my Lego Thor's hammer.
A Lego. Okay, all right. Because I know they
Yeah,
were selling.
that was the dope great Christmas present that my ex got me for Christmas after I dropped 400 on her.
That's a pretty cool gift, though. I mean, those are pretty expensive. That was probably 130,
Yeah, it was
140
yeah.
bucks. But
Yeah, it was
but yeah, I get
$69.
it. I get
It was $69 at Target when I sent her a picture of it 2 days before Christmas.
it. A lot of thought put into it. I see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so phone charger. So nothing really too damning in this picture, other than maybe what looks to be a crumpled up nut rag next to the cat. That's the only other thing I'm noticing.
I'm a filthy, disgusting animal. I blow my nose and I crumple it up and I throw it on the floor. I'm
All
a
right.
filthy, disgusting, and the cat chases it every time.
I
The
don't
cat
throw them
ain't
on the
chasing my
floor.
nut,
I don't
but
throw them on the
definitely-
floor, but I do just put them on the table, and
Yeah.
the cat ends up batting them around, and they go everywhere. So I try not to throw
I'll
them on the
flip it
floor.
around. I'll flip it around and show you. It's still sitting there on the floor right now.
Same one.
Yep. There's another one. There's another one under the chair.
Oh, I love it. That's so funny. Oh, that's great. Good stuff.
Y'all want to peek into my savage filth cave right now? There you go. I got snot rags.
That's all right. Let's have it. Where's
I
she
was-
at? Where's she at? I'm
I
ready
was-
for the
I
ready
was-
for the
I was-
beatdown.
I was getting ready to admit whether or not one of them was a nut rag, but it's not.
If you want to admit it, I don't care.
I
We
had to
just
think
we have,
about it.
Brap, just like Brap would say, careful. We're gonna make Curious George. You're gonna make him yak if he realizes that you have those just laying around on your living room floor and that your cat's chewing on them. Can you imagine that, George? A cat chewing on one of those rags?
That's
Oh,
why,
God.
yo, that's why I would never throw one of those ones on the floor because I really don't want me and my cat to be bonded at a level like that, man.
Oh man.
Last thing I want is to look down at a cat and it's got a piece of tissue stuck to its face. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, speaking of that, here they are. Look at all these. Look at all three of them there. In order too. Oh no, I'm sorry. Clark and Darla and Cal are in the wrong spot. So yeah, there they are. There's all my babies. Boy, I tell you what a crazy day over. Speaking of animals, crazy day at my house today. Like I mentioned, I was going to give you guys a little bit of inside behind the scenes into my house today. I mentioned a few weeks back that we almost had another an ADS flood version 2.0 here when
Oh yeah.
yeah, the middle of the one, I went to take a shower one day, and I had forgotten to grab my coffee. And I always take a coffee upstairs with me, either if it's a regular like a hot coffee, or if I take up my Starbucks iced coffee, which I love. I always take that upstairs with me. It's my little routine. I usually never drink one sip of it while I'm in the shower, but right before I go in, it's the last thing I do. And then right when I get out, once I like dry it off enough not to drip everywhere, I get out, take a little sip of my coffee. It's a nice little routine. I love it.
Oh.
Well, what? You
No,
watching
no, I
football
was gonna
already?
say no. That no. I was gonna say, speaking of coffee, today's the first day I got a hot coffee, and I did not like it. I had to throw on a
Because
knit hat this morning and everything, man. It was
because you're
fucking
oh you
miserable
were
out.
I thought you were saying because your mouth. You're saying because of the temperature dropped and it's fall season. It's basic bitch pumpkin spice season.
Dude, it wasn't even fall, dude. It was like winter. I thought it was snowing yesterday when I left the football game. When I left my buddy's house at the football game, it was 42 degrees and raining.
Apparently we had hail here either yesterday or the day. I think it was yesterday, and it made the national news because there was so much hail
Yeah, I
right
just
in
saw
our area.
something that the Adirondacks up at the top of Whiteface already got their first snow of the year. They just got that on Saturday.
Interesting. Um, well, yeah, I woke up this morning. Well, going back to what I was saying before,
Coffee in the
my
shower.
coffee in the shower routine.
Yeah,
So a
you
while
make
back,
coffee in the shower.
yep, I will take my coffee. Well, one morning I had forgotten to take my coffee. Turn the shower on. I realized I'd forgotten my coffee. I went back downstairs to get it. When I came downstairs, I hear all this water just pouring into my bathroom, just like showering, raining down, like pouring down. So I move all this stuff, put a bucket there, call the maintenance people. They come check it, and they're like, "All right, we actually have to replace your whole bathroom. Basically, we have to replace the whole bathtub, take it out, and remodel your whole bathroom for you." I was like, "Okay, cool, sounds good." And then we scheduled it.
And then they didn't fix anything though. That's the part that freaks me out. They didn't touch nothing. They didn't do nothing. They just said it won't happen again. Like
And it didn't.
what?
And it didn't. Which is one other time there was a little drip. That was it. One other time, one little drip.
They had to have like done something, wrapped it, taped it.
I didn't
Gorilla
argue.
taped it,
I
threw
didn't
some
do.
Flex Seal on there. I don't know, bubble gum.
I don't know. I didn't argue with them. I didn't really want to find out. I just said when they said we're going to redo everything and give you a new bathtub and a new toilet and new vanity and new floor, I said okie dokie, sounds good to me. I will live with it. So real quick, going back to what we were talking about before, and I'll show you guys what I'm dealing with right now. I got a super fan donation from Brap, going back to what you have laying all over your living room floor. Brap says, "No lie, as a teen, my dog used to dig out my tissues from the garbage can. I quickly had to learn what to do with the used tissues." Yeah, that's embarrassing. Imagine you're just sitting there in the living room watching TV with your parents, and the dog just runs in with a tissue, and your mom's like, "Give me that! Stop it!" And you're like, "Mom, no!" And you gotta like get her, make sure she.
Only the reaction would make it feel that way because it's gonna feel the same way as if you blew your nose in it. Same consistency.
Yeah, but you just think.
You get nervous, yeah. Guilty conscience comes flying out.
Exactly. Like I told the story about my, we had cleaning ladies that would come do our house because my dad we weren't rich or anything, but my dad just said, I'm sick of spending all my days off cleaning this fucking house. So we're going to hire cleaning ladies. And they did. And it was like ladies that my dad knew from like the Eagles Club. So it wasn't like the super professional service. Well, I mean, they were actual maid service. So they did do a good job keeping the house clean. So yeah, they're professionals. But it was people we knew, like ladies from around the city, which would made this rest of the story so bad. It was, I had this metal can that I would just roll over and right into. And then I'd clean up and throw the tissues in there, and it would stick to the sides and everything. And these ladies would come to clean it, and they were like, and I would just be so embarrassed. So I'd just be like, watching them dump this whole thing out because I would just be in my bed, just hanging out playing video games as a kid or whatever when they show up on the weekend or whatever. If I wasn't mowing fucking grass, and literally grabbing them. I mean, they had gloves on. But the smell, it smelled so bad. It was so rank. And these poor ladies had to deal with that. So thankfully, my house was not too bad today. They didn't have to come into the room where all the rags are laying around. That's the bedroom. Those were still laying around everywhere in there. But no, I was
Do you
woke.
hide all your paraphernalia in an ashtray and
Normally I do, unless you say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to extend my vacation weekend another hour and a half today, and I'm going to sleep in, just cause. It was cold and
like it?
gross. It was just cold, and I didn't want to get out of bed. And I was like, fuck this. I'm cozy. I got a dog. I was actually laying on her as a pillow. The cat was all up on my shoulder. The other one was on my legs. I was good to go. I was like, I could do this for another hour. So I just closed my eyes. I knew I'd wake back up in a little while anyway, because one of them would move or something. Then all of a sudden, Darla just jumps straight up in the air, barking. Arr! Jumps off my bed, bolts downstairs, and I realize, I immediately remember, oh my God, they're supposed to be here today.
Kevin McAllister moment.
Oh my God! It totally, maintenance. And I ran. I put on my clothes on real because I sleep naked. So I'm getting dressed real quick. I'm yelling, "I'll be right there." She's down there just barking at the door, going berserk. I finally get downstairs. As I walk through my living room. Thankfully, I had everything put away. The studio was put away for the weekend because I just wanted a nice open living room. So I was like, all right, I don't have to worry about that. But as I walked through, I looked down and I walked past all my stuff, tray, weed broken up on it, everything out, blunts. And I go, fuck it. They're already here. It's medicine. I have a prescription for this. Fuck it. So I just fucking opened the door and let them in. And they didn't say a fucking word. They just walked right past it, went upstairs and started doing their thing. And then I realized I had to get stuff out of the bathroom. I hadn't cleaned out the bathroom, so I had to clean that out, and they finally came in. There's not a lot of stuff in there. It's very small, so it took me about 5 minutes to do that. So, but I felt bad for them the whole day. The cats, the dogs were just all over these poor guys trying to do their freaking job. But here is a little behind the scenes, guys. This is what the inside of my, this is my house. This is my bathroom. Here we go. We'll pick up, pointed at the floor. This is my bathroom during the demo. We're getting a remodel. So see how gross that is? So this right here, yeah. See how the floor's all dirty right there? It doesn't always look like that. That's the dudes walking all over and tracking stuff everywhere. So I was a little embarrassed by that. But you can actually tell the difference, like from the old floor and the new floor. You see that line there on the left coming right out of Mikey's head almost? The vanity was on top of that. So there's like a line you can tell where, you would try to clean.
Original floor. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can actually tell like where you would try to clean it and it would push all the dirt up to the sides and stuff like that. So no matter what you do, you're never going to get all that crap. So they peeled all that up. And then you can see him move on. And that was a bathtub with one of those like bath fitter kind of things over it. So yeah, you see they took out everything. The vanity, the mirror, ripped out everything. So that stuff right there, all that, that's all there's. Whoops, sorry, hit the wrong button, I think. There was Darla's back. Hold on, I'll go over here. I want to show you guys. Now see those pipes? Those pipes are from 1946. Those are the original pipes from my house. That'll tell you how old this place is and how. And they're
replacing those lines, right?
I don't think so. No. They said that they're structurally sound and good. All the lines are.
I don't know that all that green on that one coming right down right there.
I kind of feel the same way. But I didn't want to argue with him about it.
Oh, I didn't want to.
You think I should say that's definitely water leaks right there?
I'd go up there with like a screwdriver and poke it and see if it pokes a hole in it. And then if they come back tomorrow, I'll be like, yo, there's a hole in that one. That's legit what I would do. Because if a screwdriver goes through it with a little bit of push, you're doing them a favor. Because then they're gonna have to rip out the whole bathroom they just put in and replace all your shit.
Well, I think I think it's actually, I don't think it's like corroded, Mikey. I think that's actually, there was a small leak and the water like.
What do you think leads to corrosion?
No, that's what I'm saying. There was a small leak. That's not corrosion. That's calcium buildup.
Yeah, but what do you think leads to that? Corrosion just happens, or it happens with a leak, and
I actually
all the
don't know the
minerals
answer to
from the
that.
water, and it's it's the water that causes it. Give it a poke test.
Well, I don't want to break it and then get mad and be like, no, we're not fixing that. What are you, nuts? No, you broke it.
Well, especially if the water ain't turned off right now either, because it'll spring a leak right now.
Yeah, the water is still on. So,
yeah, don't listen to me, bro.
yeah, they're cutting. So there you go. There's a little inside in the back of my house. Now, I will say the reason that like those two spots right there, like right in the middle by her tail, is all like dark, like black. That's because dirt accumulates there because of um my hairspray. Like when I spray my hair, some of it goes over my head and onto the floor, and the only thing that gets it off the floor is like alcohol, because it's sticky. So it actually, like, dirt will actually stick to like spots. I can see where the stuff actually like sticks to the floor. So CB says, another dumb show. Do you think plumbers actually care about weed? They were 100% high when they arrived. I don't know, dude. The guys here are pretty straight laced as far as the maintenance dudes where we work. I feel like I'm almost sure they probably drug test up there. If I had to guess.
Oh, well, I know they don't drug test mine here, but are all of yours American?
Yeah. Yeah, the guys
dude.
that run the dudes, the place where I live is pretty white. I wouldn't say that's by design, but there's quite a few.
Saying, like,
I would say the for where we live, the percentage of white people versus minorities is very high. I mean, it's like I live in a mini suburb here compared to the areas around me. And I say suburb, I mean like mostly white people.
Yeah, I wasn't saying like I meant like Eastern European or foreign, because
no, I don't think so. Mostly,
I swear to God, the whole
white
maintenance crew that runs this giant place, they got to be mob or something like that. They're like Ukrainian, Yugoslavian.
Yeah.
Like
it's like the opposite.
They all sit outside, smoke cigarettes together.
No, this looks like
funny languages.
They
never smile, no matter what kind of jokes I crack, dude. I try to get these dudes to crack.
Yeah,
no, they're funny sometimes. Like I got.
Yeah, you get me some laugh. Get me to laugh every once in a while.
Dude, I cannot. I've been here 5 years.
And you can't get the guys to laugh ever. You can't even talk to them. Never.
Dude,
go offer them some chronic.
I do all the time.
And they don't even want. I thought about doing that, but I was like, I don't want to. I don't know. I just didn't want to make them uncomfortable if they didn't want it or whatever. I really honestly didn't want them to be all high while they're.
I didn't know where they were from, so I hit them with like a Borat accent and shit like that.
No, these are just a bunch of mix, basically, a bunch of white dudes.
Irish Catholic drunks.
Pretty much. I don't know if they're drunks, but I'd argue probably most of them are Irish Catholic dudes. Yeah, based on.
They just have a road soda on the way home to take the edge off. They're not alcoholics.
There you go. Just like Jake, right? All right. Let's
Love
see.
You, Jake. Love you, Jake. Love you, Jake.
Let's see. All right. Brap said, "Look at all the crusty white stuff on the floor." And then he says it's asbestos. Ha 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 ha. Because we've heard another place that had asbestos. No, I don't think so. This place has been around long enough. They got enough maintenance people, and that bathroom's already been redone probably 2 or 3 times since 1943, if I had to guess. So there's been plenty of time for them to remove asbestos and things like that from the house. Now, what's in between the wall here that I drilled into when I hung up this fucking TV? The asbestos is soft, right? Because when I remember when we were dealing with that with JLR, for his inspection, I don't even remember what that was for. But anyway, they found asbestos in his house.
I think that was just old asbestos tape.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A lot of houses have that shit in it.
That's what I'm thinking. So I don't think the stuff that was in the wall was asbestos, but whatever the hell it was, my lungs did not like me drilling into that at all. Speaking of that, see this eye I got going on here?
You do got some redness going on. What'd you do? Almost cough your eyeball out?
No, I think it's the dust from them ripping stuff up. Because
God,
yeah, this eye is the one that's
dude,
always.
I mean, I know you love Superman and you want to be Superman.
What?
You're not really the villain, but dude, you got a lot of characters in Mr. Glass.
I am about.
Are you not telling me something like?
Yeah, I've only but you know what? The good news is, knock on wood, I've only actually broken one bone, and it was this bone right here. Everything else is all. Every injury I've had, every type of injury, Mikey. That's the difference. Is I eventually heal.
Every ligament strain, but
My right knee, I've sprained every ligament in my right knee and two of the tendons. I mean, my right knee is, I don't know how I walk on it, but it manages to heal. In the left knee, two different ligaments, both ankles I've sprained massively. Shoulder impingement. I mean, just pick an area of my body, and something's gone wrong with it at some point in time. I've chemical burns in my eyes. Like, that's why this is so bad. Is from when I got that chemical burn when I was younger. So yeah, it's just that's why the snitch has that file on me, man. It just grows and grows and grows. Let's see. Where are we at here? Excuse me, I'm sorry, Scott78 with a super fan donation says, yes, those pipes have been leaking. Where are we at here? I'm trying to keep up with you guys in the chat over here. You guys are going hard tonight. Trying to keep up with what you guys are talking about. CB says those construction boys are out there passing drug tests with fake pee like it's their job 100%. That could be too.
They are not getting tested. They are 100% not getting tested. If they are getting tested, they're no longer getting tested for marijuana.
That could be, because the guy that kind of runs the show up there, he's pretty cool with weed. So maybe you're right. Maybe you could be right, but I'll be honest with you. Most of the guys that come here, they don't seem stoned. You know what I mean? And like, they're not walking in
stoned all the time.
It's true.
When I'm at work, I don't seem stoned. I throw on my best. Dude, my phone voice is such an uppity white person, 2 octaves higher.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear the phone voice.
Oh, hang on. Thank you for calling Home Power Systems. This is Mike. How may I help you?
Ooh, very good. I like that. Very, very professional. I love the raise in the voice. That is nice. You make it a little higher. That's very good.
Oh yeah, dude, I got the voicemail down to a pat that I leave people, telling them when I'm going to be to their house.
That's pretty good. Good for you. Right on. All right.
Make them feel safe.
I just realized what time it is. I didn't realize we blew through that first hour went by really quickly. Holy shit.
Kickoff.
Yeah, I know. We didn't get to half of the shit I was ready to talk about too. Fuck. All right.
We had good real shit going on today.
Yeah, I know. So we didn't even get into. What did you do this weekend? Anything? Just watch football? Anything? Any drama? Anything interesting?
Didn't babysit. I fucking ate a bunch of edibles. Nice. I went driving in the Forza. I told my mother not to text her and reach out for any help.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Mom and Cat wanted
put the moratorium on it. Said, Mom, nope, I'm putting my foot down. It's one thing if she calls in an emergency.
Like I said, no. My mother said, you think I should? And I said, well, I'm not. And I don't think it's fair to do.
I agree. No, that was a mature decision, dude. Because I know you miss him and stuff, and you think you're doing the right thing by, I'll take him to Dave and Buster's and blah, 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 make him happy for a week or two.
It just makes it worse.
Yeah, you're right. In the long run, especially since she's not willing to sit down and have the conversation that you're asking for, then fuck, you made a good call, good decision.
And I haven't even texted her. I was thinking today, I was like, should I hit her up and be like, yo, can we talk on Wednesday? But I'm not even going to do that. Like, I'm not even going to chase a phone call. I'm not even going to chase a conversation. If she don't want to have a conversation, then it is what it is.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, if she's not willing to do it, then you got to make that cutoff. I mean, as hard as it may be and as kind of tough it might be for the little guy, in the end, it's going to probably be better. So hopefully she'll figure something out, because that's not your cross to bear, as they say. Your axe to
Yeah.
grind. It's not an axe to grind. That's when you're mad at someone. You don't want him to have an axe to grind with you, I guess. All right. So I think that's probably going to wrap things up here for the main show tonight. We are going to go over and we're going to do our after show here for Monday Night Football. That is for Super League of Dummies as members and Team Dumb Ultimate fans. If you are not either one of those, if you're just if you're an official League of Dummies member, you'll have to upgrade to the second tier, which is $2.99 a month, in order to have access to the after shows. So we'd love to see you over there. I think what we'll do is probably during the after show, we'll talk football, but I do have a big, huge video dump that we could probably blow through in there. So at some point, guys, somebody remind me about the videos because we'll definitely talk plenty of football because we have some drama in another dumb show, Fantasy Football League. So we will have to talk about that. We'll get into that tonight on the after show. And we'll talk a tiny little bit of baseball for you guys because I know everybody has been anxious to talk about some baseball. So I do have a little bit of baseball we can talk about on the after show. So, all right, Mikey, you go get your stuff ready for the after show. I am officially going to wrap things up here. If you've not already hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, please make sure you do that. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. It means a lot to me. If you're not already subscribed, I saw a couple people trying to comment. It looked like, I don't know if people were saying, I think it was Lady Di said first. I think that went to a comment. I don't know if she was trying to get it in the chat. But just a reminder, if you want to be a part of the chat and you're wondering why you can't talk, if you're watching the show, it's because you actually have to be subscribed to the channel. Once you're subscribed to the channel, about 10 minutes later, you're able to start talking in the chat. And then we'd love to have you there because we've got a great community there. And then once you're in the chat, make sure you have your gifts enabled because the Super League of Dummies and Team Dumb Ultimate fans and everybody in there, they love handing out gifts to each other. So gift memberships. And so you can't get that unless you have your gifts enabled. So make sure that you click that little join button and then in the upper right, there's like 3 little dots. You click those 3 little dots, toggle the enable gifts, and you'll be able to get gifts and get your own membership if you don't already have one. So we are going to wrap the main show up. Thank you guys for watching here on issue number 116. We will be back live with the main show tomorrow night at 7:00 p.m. Eastern. I hope you guys have a wonderful day tomorrow. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to head over to the after show. We'll see you for Monday Night Football. A barn burner, the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Green Bay Packers. I think this actually might be a good football game to watch. So we'll be right back with that, but done here. All right, I'm out of here. See ya.